No, sir. Agent Waters is still missing. But we found the real identity of Jack of all trades. And we've assigned another profiler to help gauge his current state of mind. Rachel Burke? Yes, very impressive record. She has a gift of insight that's almost like Sam's.
Jack wants total dominance over Sam and whatever environment they're in.
To the point where he would want to create the environment?
That fits in with the idea that he thinks of himself as God. But not the slow to anger, swift to mercy, benevolent God that they pitch us in catechism. Jack's patience is not infinite. And he's more like my mother.
Well, his family has a huge warehouse and dock facilities in the Annapolis area, plus 3 homes on the Maryland shore. The warehouses wouldn't be isolated enough.
And the homes, it's the obvious emotional choice. Jack's anything but obvious. Well, we know Jack had Gaucher's disease as a kid. The idea that he thinks of himself as God could have come out of that. Once he was a prisoner of his own body, now he's into total domination and control. Don't let him runt.
He went to 8 boarding schools.
This is where he felt vulnerable and humiliated. Now if he brought Sam back to one of them, he'd be saying to everyone who victimized him, look at me, bastards. I want the prize.
Check out those boarding schools. I'm doing it. Don't you understand? I've given you a gift.
You've given me a reason to kill.
A reason to kill? Now there's the concept. Tell me, who else would you have a reason to kill? What about those Wilson brothers? They were a nasty pair. You must remember them. You profiled them when they went on that spree, mutilating and killing 9 people. Oh, and one of the women was pregnant. You need a reason. There's 10 of them. Don't look away, Samantha. Look within yourself. If you could be the instrument through which justice was finally served, wouldn't you do it? Samantha, wouldn't you do it? He's been holding Sam almost 72 hours.
And she'll have had 3 goals. To stay alive, get him in motion, and link up with us.
His voice escaped.
I don't think that's part of her plan. She wants to get him. If we're right, and he does want to get her to kill, she could buy herself some time by getting him to think that a resistance to the idea is weakening.
So, the Wilson brothers don't fit the bill. There must be some other candidates. Eddie Villas. Robert Walbeck. Brian Lee. Come on, Samantha, work with me here. St. La Salle Prep in Winston, which is 33 miles from here. Jack was a student, spring of 1970. 10 years ago, he bought the place and then shut the school down. It's been closed. Michael Burnside? Thomas Cole? Thomas Cole, the pedophile, the child molester. Oh, I was so stupid. You're a mother. I should have thought of him first. Imagine how those children suffered. He deserves to die. It was a flaw in the system that didn't punish him. You can correct that flaw. You have to.
No, it's not up to me.
But it is. Only you know the pain that he's inflicted. And you know he'll do it again and again and again. Unless you stop him.
Tell the attending physician Agent Malone suffered a vasovagal episode. His pressure was 80/40.
Hang it up, Grace. Hang it up.
Have someone standing by.
This may balance this low. What the hell's wrong with you people? Sam's been missing 3 days. I don't need nursemaid. I need information. Priority 1 is finding Sam.
Now we thought we'd take a little break and scrape you off the floor.
There might be a St. La Salle Prep over in Winston. He was a student there in 1970. He bought the place then. Shut it down. She thinks he might take Sam where he's once abused or humiliated.
That's what she thinks.
Over here. One slug, right in the top. He's not been dead more than a couple of hours. So Jeff doesn't have much of a lead on this. Have him sent out and do a neighborhood inquiry. Sacrificial lamb. Where the hell is Sam and Jack?
Depends which one of them pulled the trigger. If it was Sam,
It wasn't.
I'm working
Or
possibilities.
what's some others?
Only two of them come to mind.
She didn't do it.
Why? Because it's the conclusion that makes you feel better?
Because I know Samantha Waters. If this was Jack, that's a maybe. But look at him. Jack obviously pulled him out of a bar or an alley to link him with this case. He had no connection to Sam. She wouldn't kill him in cold blood.
Yeah, well, but if Jack threatened her and she had no choice, what would you do?
We're also covering the neighborhood. 20 square blocks. Go ahead, what are the possibilities?
Okay. Let's say Jack did kill him. He did it to get Sam used to the process, or because he was pissed that she wouldn't. She's still got to get him moving. And she does this, I'm spitballing here, by convincing him that she would kill somebody else.
What's the candidates could be the hardest?
Jack would know every one of them.
Jonathan Burton, serial rapist out on parole. Robert Manning, accused of killing those nurses. Remember, witness recanted. She'd want us to be able to link up with her. Look for someone who's already under surveillance. Hey, Bailey. There's a pedophile who lives in northwest Atlanta. Brought to trial but never convicted. It's Thomas Cole. We lost the case because the jury claimed tampering. Sam was devastated. Cole is under Atlanta PD's surveillance at his home. That's it. That's where she'd want Jack to go. Alert the surveillance team, George. John, order APD units to his house. We got him! Malone, you're not gonna believe this. What? Three days ago, the surveillance team was pulled. They needed the manpower to help officer. Let's head to Cole's house. They may still be there.
If she picked the target, it's the end of the game. She'll have to kill him. Jeff won't take no for an answer.
John Grant would never see her again. She'll be part of Jaswell and God only knows where to take her.
Yeah.
What? There was an APD unit at Thomas Cole's place within a minute. The front door's open. There'd been a hell of a fight inside. No sign of Jack, Sam, or Cole. When she didn't kill him, there was no body. There was no body at the house. Thomas Cole's a catalyst, John. Only as long as he's alive. If she killed him, they would have left him. Wherever they are, he's with them.
Maybe it was Sam's idea. And she saw that the surveillance had been lifted, that we wouldn't link up with her. She had to stretch this out as long as she could.
Convinced Jack the killing field should be someplace else. Where?
Where Jack would believe that she's finally ready to join them.
But where?
Bailey.
This was such an inspired choice. The same place where Cole made all those children suffer. And now, you'll make him suffer unto you. Samantha, now I feel like you're really with me. Yeah, take it. Take it. Now, let it go. Oh, too heavy for you here. Let me get it started.
Let it go, Samantha.
Sam, you okay? Samantha, what is Rachel Burke?
Hey,
She figured out that Jack would want to return gold at the cathedral this times. She's good.
if I really was good, it wouldn't have taken so long.
Yeah, well, profiling Jack is amazing.
Well, actually, she spent most of the time profiling you. This place is a labyrinth. Check the ductwork. There's a million ways out of here. Check's out. Let's get you home.
Home? I'm gonna go back to bed. Audrey is coming over in the morning.
Okay.
Completely protected. There'll be agents here, and you and Chloe will have a mobile escort 24 hours. I feel a lot better if the two of you are in a safe house.
No, I'm not gonna do that to her again.
It may only be for a couple of days.
No, she's been through enough, Bailey. What matters now is that we're together in our own home.
I'll be in the office.
Yeah. No.
We have full containment, if there is such a thing, as far as Jack is concerned. Roadblocks are up on 19, 75, 285, and 20.
Helping Jack will test the containment. Sam's here.
You also said he'd kill her if we broke in on it.
Aren't you glad I was wrong?
So now you think he'll make a move on it?
Not necessarily.
Oh, that's definitive. So he won't make a move.
I didn't say that.
What are you saying? It's the French horse.
It's Kenyon. What I'm saying is, Jack's entire life revolves around his obsession with Sam. His plan was to get her killed.
It didn't work, did it?
Then he'll try it again with a different plan. He's gonna force us to play the game. Wheels within wheels.
That's rich.
This is about the goat, isn't it?
It's not about the goat.
It's about the goat. You know what? You work on containment. I wanna get some sleep.
What? Nothing. Just trying to think of the last time the word goat was used within these walls.
I wasn't afraid of dying. I'm just afraid that I'll never see Chloe again. Angel, when I came home and I hugged her. I don't know. She's had to process so much, you know. Just gotta give her some time. Yeah, but it was almost like she didn't want me to be here. Well, you're here. I really can barely keep my eyes open. Angel. What happened? We've been through 3 really tough days. What happened with Chloe? She said that she hated you. I'm sorry. No, I needed to know that. She blames me for everything, and she's right to. I mean, this morning I tried talking to her, and she's so angry.
Sam, she's going through normal preteen separation issues. But they're being exacerbated by the fact that she's watching stories of your abduction on the tube.
So you don't think that maybe it's just a question of giving her some more time?
We're not talking about wine here. Intervention before there's a crisis is the smart play. You know that. And from everything you've told me, it's not like we're trying to build a relationship that wasn't there in the first place. Look, have Chloe come see me this afternoon, 3 o'clock. Let's see how she and I hit it off, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Chief.
Hey, half my practice comes from your referrals. It's gonna be okay. Around 6 this morning, Jack was at the Raleigh doing that, of course. He was in your city, Phil, and you let him get away. Yeah, well, did you check the security cameras at the street exits? What about cab company logs, limo services? He may have left the airport. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at his right hand. Is that a ticket?
Was he getting on a flight or off one? Do we know? We are trying to analyze the tape. Sports generation interests. Look, I want you to go up to Tom. I'm gonna re-digitize that and then put it into the lab. That's gonna take some time. Yeah, Phil. As soon as you can. Camera caught him in the main terminal. No way of telling if he was taking a flight, getting off one, or about to leave the airport entirely. But why would he risk being spotted like that?
It wasn't a risk.
We were figuring he would stay here because this is where you are.
No disguise. No attempt to avoid the camera. He wants us to see him, so we can follow him.
Yeah, well, I'd love to. The son of a bitch will tell us where he is.
Cincinnati. Remember Dad's first at bat, Janice Fletcher, house with Mother 4?
We just got a call from Cincinnati PD. They found another victim. Fresh kill. Same house. She was strangled with an electrical cord. The same type of knot Jack used the first time. The ropes were left on the body. I told him not to move it.
My plane for Quantico leaves in an hour. I jotted down some notes, for whatever they're worth. It was really good to meet you.
Yeah.
You too.
Don't you want to see this through?
I'll tell Quantico you won't be on the plan. Susan Mandel, 37. 9-year-old son made the discovery. If Jack's replicating his crimes, his next victim will be the cat shop 30 miles from here.
It's not an exact replication.
That first victim was killed in the kitchen and bagging your groceries.
Replication is too simple. He'll need to make it more complicated.
Beginning his courtship again. Picks the same site, strangles his victim.
Don't get on that, Tony. Cause of death was not strangulation. There weren't any particular images on the eyelid or the sclera. The marks are too shallow to have been lethal, and the ligature was applied post-mortem.
What did kill her?
Well, wasn't old age.
Complicated. To keep us focused and off balance at the same time. Rachel, what do you think?
Well, he wanted you to become worthy of him by killing. He still does. He'll find another way to make you receptive.
My mother wanted me to come here, so I'm here. It's just a waste of time. It's not like there's a problem. So I'm just supposed to keep talking, is that the rule?
Uh-huh.
But whatever I say, you're gonna tell her.
Let's understand each other, Chloe. What's said in this room stays in this room. It's just between you and me. Deal?
Look, Chloe, I know that you don't have to tell me what you talk about with Dr. Greenleaf, but if you want to, I'm here.
You can answer it?
Chloe, what did you want to say?
I need you.
You'll just have to wait.
Better answer.
100%. We just came in. The second crime scene of Jack's original training, we made sure that the chapel was cleared. So he killed one of the guards posted outside. If there was any other reason, I would have called you.
I can't help you, Morgan. You're just gonna have to handle it. No, I cannot leave right now. Don't lay that on me, Morgan. What I'm doing is just as important as what you're doing. All right. Talk about this when I come home. All right. You wanted to cause a death on the Cincinnati woman? I got you one. Cardiac arrhythmia. Someday my husband is just gonna have to grow up. I just wonder if I'll be alive to see it. Sorry. She was exposed to diazone. It's a pesticide. There were a couple of dead houseflies around the body, which is the only reason I thought to run a test. Otherwise, I would have completely missed it.
Obscure poison. Difficult to detect. Jack's trying to orchestrate everyone's focus.
That's right. What?
He wants me to feel his isolation. There's a barrier that he's trying to break through so that I can join him.
And then she left. One minute she was with me, the next minute she was gone.
And did that upset you?
I told her she could go.
But you didn't want her to. I'm sure she wouldn't have left you if it wasn't important.
She didn't have to go, she wanted to.
Why do you say that?
Because if she didn't want to go, she wouldn't have.
You're forgetting something, Chloe. It's her job. That's how she supports you.
It's just about catching Jack.
Who is Jack?
The man who killed my father. Things would have been different if my father were alive.
I know they would be, but... Chloe, you can't blame your mother for that. It wasn't her fault that your father died. Was it?
He was strangled.
Jack's original victim at the chapel was stabbed.
I don't think the next murder's gonna be a replica of number 3.
No, he'll probably move on to 6, 10, 14.
Which means there's no way to track it. I don't know how you do it. Work, raising a daughter.
Not very well, I'm afraid.
When I was at DA, I read an article about you in Newsweek. You just sent a child killer to prison, and I just lost the biggest case of my career on a legal technicality. 2 weeks later, I joined the bureau because I wanted to accomplish some of the things that you've done. But I'm not sure that I could go through what you've been through.
Let's hope you don't have to.
So it's the isolation thing. Right? Jack was isolated as a little boy. He was isolated as God. There's nobody like him. It's like the man in the glass booth.
Maybe I'm the one in the glass booth.
And you're the one that's being isolated?
What if he's trying to isolate me from the most important person in my life? Because then he thinks that I'll have no one but him.
My dad died when I was 3.
Did your mom ever tell you about him?
Not a lot.
But you wish she would have. Why do you think she wouldn't tell you? You don't think she was being selfish, do you? Trying to keep him all to herself? No, it can't be it. Did you ever ask about him?
Sometimes.
And what did she say?
That he was nice and really smart.
And that she loved him a lot. But you wanted to love him too, didn't you? You just never got the chance.
Look,
I'm gonna take the rest of the week off, so if anything comes up, why don't you just meet me at the house, okay? Alright, thanks a lot. Bye.
How's Waters?
Hey, Tom. You're, not finished yet?
I guess they're on along today. You must be proud of her. She's a great girl.
Thanks. So? Jason?
Still not answering that page. Dr. Waters drives a 99 Jeep Cherokee. It's a place. I want a countywide APD, choppers in the air. I want that vehicle found. Give me the exact chronology.
I went into the office with Dr. Greenlee and the girl were gone. I went to call it in.
Call it in where?
Central Dispatch.
We were all told to stay in direct communication with me.
So the cell went down. I had to call
Where
her.
was Dr. Waters?
She was here, but by the time I placed the call, she was gone.
Without saying anything.
Nothing, sir.
You have reached the office of Dr. Jason Greeley. The doctor will be out of town the week of the 17th, so please leave a message, and someone will get back to you. Thank you.
Let's check. Hello.
I'm at Greenlee's house.
Is he there?
Oh, yeah, he's here. He's dead.
How long? My guess is a couple of days. It's just the time Chloe's been going to therapy. We had an agent sitting outside this office protecting them the whole time Jen's been. Who knows what he's been doing to her? Coordinated with the highway patrol. They could have left 5-10 minutes before Sam got here. She has to have some idea where they would have gone.
Bailey, this is about Jack cutting her off from Chloe. Now she's cutting herself off from us.
Because she knows what you've been saying all along. And if we show up, if we force God to come face to face with his own mortality, he'll kill them all.
Mother never let me come here without her.
But she wanted to.
You were right. She didn't want to share him with me. She was being selfish.
She was trying to protect you from her pain.
I'm not a child. He was my father.
I know. She cheated you of something very important.
I hate her for that.
You know, Chloe, it's good to be in touch with those feelings.
Chloe must have gone with him willingly, or else the agent would have heard her scream or something. So where would she want to go? She's angry with her mother. She's pushing boundaries.
It'd be someplace you found out about during their sessions. But we're not talking the circus or the mall. It had to be someplace meaningful.
To further the isolation from Sam. What's missing in Chloe's life?
Time with her mother.
Yeah, but that's something that Sam can give her.
But she can't give her time with her father.
Chloe's dad. Where's he buried?
Chloe, I want you to do something for me, okay? Close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine all that anger, all that hatred you feel towards your mom. Imagine that it can be rolled up into a ball. Great big giant black ball. Are you doing that?
Yes.
Good. I want you to imagine that ball floating up out of your body and drifting slowly onto your father's grave. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now let that ball sink deeper and deeper into the ground until it disappears into your father's heart. Very good. Now, open your eyes.
Chloe?
We were just talking about you.
Chloe, are you alright?
Why shouldn't she be?
Let's go home now, Chloe. Chloe, I know that you're angry with me for everything that you've gone through, everything that's happened.
Right now I feel nothing for you. still be mad if it wasn't for Dr. Green.
You can't listen to him, Chloe.
Don't you feel better than you did 3 days ago, Chloe? Hasn't the pain gone away?
He's lied to you.
I'm the first one who's ever told you the truth.
He's lied to you all along.
And why did you send me to him?
I didn't send you to him.
You're lying.
I have never lied to you. You know that.
We've already worked through this, Chloe. You know the truth about what's really important.
Ted's dead because of you.
Things are going to be different now, Chloe. We're going to be together.
You've heard all that before, over long distance.
Chloe Waters, I am your mother. Whatever has happened, and I am still your mother, and I love you. Now I want you to go to the car, and I'm going to be there in a minute.
Chloe, you don't have to go.
Chloe, go to the car.
So she's going with you. So what? You may have her now, but I'm in her head. It'll never be the same between you two again. She's lost you, Samantha, and I've taken her. Now, you have no one but me.
No. You have no one.
I won't let them keep us apart. Feels good, does it? He's dead. I saw make a move on it. Chief Inspector completed the administrative inquiry. Official report taking another day or so. It's justifiable shooting. I don't suppose it'll do anything to tear this up.
I'm gonna be with Chloe full time now. It's what she needs. It's what I need. I'm not really leaving you in a lurch, you know, which is good. Could you give these to John, Chris, and George for me? I was gonna, I don't know.
Sam. Where are you gonna go?
I'm not sure.
You let me know, right?